Alvin says at the beginning, I'm looking for drop-dead shrewd, and I thought that I was the epitome of shrewd in the boardroom because I was so aware of what everybody was doing and saying, and I was not only competing to stay in the competition, but I was also watching my back.
But were you aware that your face is so expressive that when you had an idea
not
that
at all.
happened?
And it's so miserable as well. It's just so miserable. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
I've interviewed some scary people in my time, but I was more scared about meeting you than almost anybody I've ever interviewed. So, I mean, here's why. There were plenty of evidence to suggest that you are a scary person.
She lied, she complained, she manipulated with other people.
In future, I'll take the low-risk option, the easy option that will guarantee that I can not work as a team member, and I can just say, right, I was responsible for this tiny proportion. Having to concentrate and direct a disproportionate amount of my time on managing you and making sure that you're not doing absolutely stupid things.
Profitable business. We've got 4 clients and we delivered all of our information, all of our laundry back to them in a really nice, lovely, organised manner.
I don't believe that what you're saying is A, correct, B, accurate, and I think that you are a highly manipulative young lady.
I have had great difficulty. Excuse me, I'm still speaking. Sorry. Excuse me. For the entire process, it has felt like I've had to breastfeed you.
It's like a fungus that starts eating away at the positivity of the team.
Look out. I can see Vanessa looking at me thinking, oh, my God.
Vanessa?
Yeah, the truth is, you're a grown-up. I think you were older than any of the rest of them. And you really did behave despicably. You victimised other people. You were nasty. You were rude. And I think you swallowed some kind of manual, God knows who wrote it, I don't know where you found it, that says that successful business women need to be aggressive, abusive and unpleasant, and it isn't true. It's an elementary thing that you need to learn, that it's not necessary to be obnoxious to succeed in business. In fact, the contrary is true, and it's a shame.
And I apologise for that, but what I would also say, Vanessa, is that, yes, I did do that, and I was very wrong for doing that. I work in sales, I work in new business sales. For every yes we have 20 or 30 no's, and you become very, very resilient and you become very, very tough. But as a consequence of that, we deliver a lot to the businesses, or I deliver a lot to the businesses that I work for. Yeah. And I wouldn't be able to if I was fluffy and if I didn't have that resilience. So what is my greatest strength, in one sense, can also be my greatest weakness, and I realise that.
I think you really distorted the idea of survival. I think you have survived in your profession. You've done it so, so well. But this opportunity caused your morals to bend, and you still were surviving, but you've been all the way to the extreme till you almost broke. I think what you should take away from this is that you need to bring yourself back to a central point where you're more you're more like yourself and not this exaggerated person.
Yeah, as I said, I've met you now and you come across as a warm person, but why is it that business women believe that they have to be a bitch, they have to be nasty, they have to be backstabbers to get on in life? It's so not true, honestly. And you know that now. So.
We've heard what the panel think. Let's have a look what Sir Alan and your friends and colleagues have to say about it.
Jenny denied all knowledge of knowing what the terminology kosher meant, and then later on in the boardroom discussions, quite clearly she knew what it was.
I want it blessed by somebody from the boss.
I feel Jenny's a bit of an actor, to be honest with you. I mean, she really knows how to play the game. She just talks so much shit sometimes. You know, I just prefer if I never had to work with her again.
Jenny sits in the boardroom and watches the way the wind is blowing, sees what I say, and then suddenly changes her story.
It was actually Michael that told me that everything was absolutely fine. Don't understand whether that was fine.
Jen is a very calculating and manipulative and quite vicious.
String their rackets tomorrow. Say, I cannot string the rackets today.
Why? She tried to place blame on others and wasn't consistent. That's why I fired her.
So Lucinda got even then, didn't you? Because,
yes.
But how do you react to that?
That is both Lucinda and Sarah's opinion of me. I don't think it is an accurate opinion of me. I think it's just a reflection of how I was in that competition. And if there was one person that I was too harsh with, it was definitely Lucinda, and so I very much think that she's valid in that point.
Well, somebody who could have got the chop this week was Mr. Sophocles. Somehow he escaped. Here's how.
I mean, Michael, in your CV, what did you say in there? You're a good Jewish boy, is that right?
I'm not. I'm only half Jewish, Sir Alan.
So why'd you put on here you're a good Jewish boy? Was it there to impress me?
Yeah, I'll give you money, yeah?
No, thank you. I don't need it, thank you.
You condoned the bribing to de-string the racket, did you?
I'm not going to say that I didn't back it up, but Jenny instigated the bribing.
Doesn't sound very straight to me.
No, it was unscrupulous. Sir Alan, I want this more than anything. If you're still apprehensive about me, which I think you are, I should have another go at project manager to show you what I can do again.
I just had a flash of when I was 22, 23 years old in my mind. I know a young person can be a little bit over-enthusiastic, and that's why you're still sitting here.
Yes, Sir Alan.
Michael, what did you think of him?
I love Michael. Michael is very honest, and I love his approach with people, that he will actually tell you exactly what he thinks of you to your face.
But what he definitely is confused. Now, on the way into the boardroom, he seems he's a Catholic, or at least a Christian at that point, because there he goes. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, and then he doesn't know whether he's Jewish or not, and of course Sir Alan memorably gave him a helpful way of checking whether he was or not.
You're a good Jewish boy, is that right? Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
OK, well, you are or not?
I'm a nice Jewish boy, yeah.
OK, because if you're unsure, you can always pull your trousers down, we can check.
So how do you know...
You got me when he says pull your trousers down. Do you think I'm an expert on the absent foreskin? Is that what you think?
Well, I want to know how you know if you're Jewish. I thought if your mother's Jewish, then you're Jewish.
If
you
your
can't be
mother's
half
Jewish,
Jewish,
then you're Jewish, and you can't be half Jewish.
At the moment, Michael's all talk and no action, and I think he's behaving a bit like an ass just now, to be honest.
I just want to say a word in Margaret's favour here. Nobody does withering. I think withering is the word. But Margaret, fantastic work here from Margaret.
Michael, I mean, he's a waste of space as far as I can.
So I'm a Catholic. You're a Protestant. We know what kosher is, and he doesn't know what kosher is. It defies belief. He did classics at Edinburgh. He's a bright boy. How could he make such a mess of it?
I think Edinburgh isn't what it used to be.